Okay. Okay, I think we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. Interesting. I didn't realize that I had named my new YouTube channel She Shines and my new podcast She Shines. So it was kind of having a deja vu moment. My name is Helena Das, and I am so excited to connect with you today at the time of this recording a couple of days before the Leo full moon 2025. And what a crazy, crazy start to the new year it has been. My goodness, let me know if you feel the same. It kind of feels like that wild dragon ride is still hanging on. There's some residual there. Anyway, what I want to do today, besides kind of connect with you and share a couple of really time-sensitive opportunities and updates that I want to make sure that you don't miss out on if you are a soul-led biz owner or high vibe equinepreneur, as I call it, meaning a woman, a high vibe, high achieving horsewoman who is in some shape or form working with horses. And so that may include anything from an animal communicator to a trainer, trimmer, massage therapist, guided facilitator, you name it. If you're working with horses, and even if you're someone like me who's working with them in the 5D to really help elevate our vibration, our expansion, our growth and transformation on this planet at this time, so that we can together create heaven on earth. And my specific mission at this time, my ever-evolving mission, is to really elevate and celebrate the equinepreneurs and business owners, and in many ways, my dark horse movement, which is, if you think about it, the dark horse, the essence of the dark horse itself is like the entrepreneur, the trailblazer, the movement maker, the love leader, the incredible gifted visionary who is literally making the invisible visible. And in a nutshell, that is what I help those I'm meant to serve do, so they can take their life and their business to the next level with more ease, grace, magic, and freedom. So, and real quick, excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water. If you are new to me, I have been a trailblazing equinepreneur since 1999. I have gone from renegade vet to horse shaman to these days what I call equinepreneur or shepreneur, again, with the mission I just shared with you. I wonder if I could call it a dark horsepreneur. Anyway, I digress. Multi-passionate, multifaceted, creative soul, starseed, light worker, all the things. So if you are here, I want you to trust that you found your way here, that your soul brought you here on purpose today. And what I want to chat about is unleashing your light so that you can unleash your true self. Your true self being your divine self, your abundant, creative, healthy, wealthy, happy, fulfilled, free self. And we do that by unlocking more light. Now, here's the thing that not a lot of people are talking about, and that is light literally is a result of both the positive and the negative. In science speak, you are going to take positive ions and negative ions, and that is actually going to create gamma rays, which creates light. So if you want to unlock more of your light, which is your power, okay, and really give yourself full permission to shine authentically, so bright that those you are meant to serve and touch, both two-legged and four, can find you. This is so important. We need to address the power of the dark side. We need to integrate both the yin and the yang, science and spirituality, logic and imagination or illogic. And so my mission in helping you unlock more of your light is to help you really integrate the parts of yourself that are on the dark side, illuminate how you can alchemize them with my help or tools that I might give you to really turn all that shiz into your gold, turn your pain into your power, turn your problems into your purpose, turn anything that is perceived as an obstacle or a challenge into your passion, purpose, and prosperity. Because at the end of the day, everything is energy. It starts out with energy. Energy is what we use to create, right? Everything that you create starts out as an idea, starts out in your imagination, starts out in the feminine. So if you are picking up what I'm putting down, let me know about down below. Give me some love. And today I want to, before I get a little bit deeper into this conversation around how you can start unlocking your light today, by the time you finish watching this video, I'm going to give you some, practical tips and tools that you can walk away with. But before I do that, I want you to know about, again, some really time-sensitive golden opportunities, which are only opportunities if you seize them, okay? And so the first thing, and today is February, it's the 11th, okay? February 11, 2025. And so depending on when you're seeing this, obviously, if it's, in the future, you may want to fast forward, but if you're seeing this in a timely manner, you definitely don't want to miss this. So first things first, we're at the beginning of a brand new year. This is, as you may or may not know, the year of the snake. And it is a year really for the collective feminine power to be unleashed. Okay, to be unleashed and really channeled and harnessed for good, for the restoration of balance and harmony, both individually and on the planet, okay? And I may have touched on this in another video, but I think it bears repeating. Snakes, okay, if you know anything about snakes in nature, when they shed their skin, right, that is when they are more vulnerable and therefore more prone to bite or attack. So it is so important for those of you who are conscious and seeking and doing this work too, for you to not only have this awareness, because we are going to be asked this year to shed and keep shedding and shedding those layers, right? To have this awareness, but also the support, whatever that looks like for you to do this work. Maybe it's a one-on-one private mentorship with someone like me. Maybe it's a like-minded community, okay? You know for yourself what is most aligned. But I do want you to really be aware that we are going to be asked, again, those of us who are on this path, to really level up our leadership and rise in all the ways, from our mindset to our energetics, which is that's my superpower, to our embodiment, our identity, in all the ways that we are being, right? Being a human being and not doing, okay? And restoring that balance from the masculine, the wounded masculine, like hustle culture, to the balance and restoration of rest, renewal, repair, rejuvenation, and regeneration. And so that's the first piece that I want to mention. And again, if you're seeing this in a timely manner and you do vibe with my vibes and you are interested in really leveling up in all the ways that I just mentioned so that you can take your life and your business to the next level from the inside out, using my specific signature personal brand of magic, if you will, called Dark Horse Alchemy, where we focus on the energy work, the inner work, right? Shifting and raising your energetic vibration. We focus on the identity, really upgrading your self-concept and the embodiment of that. And finally, we also focus on soul-aligned strategy, what is right for you as a trailblazer and sacred rebel, not fitting that cookie cutter and really doing things your way to create success and fulfillment on your terms at the next level. And so if this is something you really resonate with and you're getting that like full body yes and that soul yes and that inner nudge, and again, you're seeing this before Valentine's Day 2025, I am currently accepting applications for one-on-one mentorship with me. You will find that information down below in the box. But the reason this is so time sensitive is that when you apply and enroll by Valentine's Day, which is only 3 days away at the time of this video, I am literally gifting you a ticket to the event of the year, the event like period. And this is Freedom Queen Live with Bridget James Ling, who, if you are not familiar with her, she is really taking the coaching industry by storm. She's one of several of my mentors. And in my podcast list, if you go there, you will see I released last week an episode where I interviewed her, and we also chatted about Freedom Queen Live, which is how she came into my world when I met her at the event just the end of last year. So I'm not going to go into that story here, but I will be gifting you a ticket based on the tier that you enroll with me. And she has 2 tiers for her tickets as well, the diamond and gold. And I have the diamond and gold. And it was funny because I actually had that before I discovered that's how she was doing her tickets. But anyway, that's the first thing. And seriously, if you are someone who gets that putting yourself in the room, right? Energetically putting yourself in the room with other women who are normalizing insane success, and really the movement makers in the industry, and that is actually like the fast track to your success, right? Because you get to normalize it. You get to literally, by taking an aligned, like a bold aligned action like this, because in-person events are obviously more intense, right, than say showing up on Zoom or online. And when you do this, you are literally attuning yourself on an energetic level, especially if you're sensitive to energy like me. You're attuning yourself to your next level identity, okay, and who you truly came here to be. And again, to me, it's like this magical booster shot or dose of herd immunity, because you're running with the right herd and they are going to truly activate you. That energy is going to activate you like nothing else. So if you are really, desiring also to connect with more badass trailblazers in the coaching industry, and resonate with being a freedom queen. I know as a horsey girl, freedom is like one of, if not the main core value of mine. And so I would highly check out the episode with Bridget if you haven't already. And if you have, leave me some love, share it with a friend, do all the things. I can't do this without you, and would be obviously grateful for your support. And then the other piece that I want to share with you is that when you're a fast action taker and you purchase a ticket to Freedom Queen Live before the 18th of this month, I am bonusing you when you do it through my link, which will be in the box below, as well as the one under the episode with Bridget. When you purchase through me, I will gift you a VIP Dark Horse Freedom session where we are going to activate your freedom frequency at the next level and help you unlock your light so you can step into being who you always came here to be unapologetically. Because we know that really at the end of the day, it's not about strategy. I mean, yes, that's part of it, but at the end of the day, it is the energy, the vibrational frequency. It is your identity. It is who you are being when you're doing the strategy, because you can look at two different people doing the same strategies. Why is one person more quote unquote successful than the other? And 9 times out of 10, it's their energy, right? Their certainty, their conviction, their confidence, their self-belief, their self-concept, right? All of these things. And I can tell you hand on heart that while I already thought I was pretty powerful and magical and all the things, ever since attending this event back in November of 2024, I am not the same person. I have massively upgraded my self-concept, and I'm like, stepping into this woman that some days I like, I don't even recognize, and therefore attracting these incredible aligned opportunities, biz collaborations, connections, etc. Even interviewing Bridget on my podcast was one of them. And the crazy thing is, in the past, just to give you an example in terms of my self-concept and who I am and who I'm being and becoming, in the past, I would have seen the opportunity, like this opportunity got dropped into my inbox, right, on my doorstep. And in the past, I would have thought about it for a while, straddled the fence, gone back and forth, like maybe taken action, maybe not, I don't know. But it would have been like this whole thing. And this time, and this was only like a few weeks after coming back from the event, I literally I took action, I responded, and like afterwards I was like, did I just do that? And then when I heard back, like right away, I was like, oh my God, and so I'm sharing this with you because I want you to know how powerful it is, again, to put yourself in the room. It is truly the room of, again, powerhouse women who are doing the thing. And if that's your thing, you have to join us. So, and to finish my thought that I cut myself off of, when you put yourself in the room with like 400 plus powerful women, powerhouse women, movement makers and shakers who are like changing the industry, blowing the lid off what you might think is possible, something magical happens, which is what happened to me. By the end of the 4 days, I realized that I was one of them. And so that's available for you too. And so I want to invite you to join us. And you can do that by purchasing your ticket. Again, the information will be down below. That is my link. because I'm a partner for the event that like changed my life. And again, when you purchase before February 18th, okay, and today's 11th, so a week from the date of this recording, and I'll have all the details below in case I'm messing something up here. But when you purchase a time-sensitive, limited space, you will get gifted a one-on-one Dark Horse Freedom session with me over Zoom, valued at $555 as my gift. So, and we'll also get to hang out at the event. So how cool would that be? So yeah, I just had to share this because it's on my heart. And I mean, if it would be a disservice to kind of keep it from you if you are tuning into my videos, and part of my soul herd that I can feel is gathering. And as I like to say, together we ride, arise, and shine. So with that being said, let me come back in full circle, and I want to leave you with at least a couple of tips today on how you can start truly unlocking your light. And so to give you, and actually, like there are different ways. Obviously, one of the biggest ones is to get yourself in the room, which is what I just shared, right? That's like a huge, like bold, aligned action to put yourself in the room. And believe you me, as it did for me, chances are it's going to bring stuff up, okay? Anyway, that's a whole other conversation for another video. But that's one way that taking that bold, aligned action, which doesn't mean you don't have fear or doubt when you do it, excuse me, but you do it anyway and you work through it along the way, right? That literally is recalibrating your nervous system and your identity and your energy and your frequency to that next level identity and who you are becoming. Okay, that is one way, one example, which I didn't even think about as an example. The other way is, and this is more in terms of things, how you are going to do this on the regular basis in a smaller way. So whether you like to journal or meditate or visualize, or maybe go on a walking meditation, whatever way you like to get into the vibe, you really want to be that internal energetic environment, right? That is where the imagination and the illogic and the intuition and all of that resides, right? You are the universe in a body. And when you tap into the dark horse realm, as I like to call it, and you start to either visualize or imagine, or maybe again, you like to journal, or maybe you're an artist and you like to draw, where you can let your imagination and then the associated feelings that get activated along the way, that's really key. When you allow yourself to go there and spend that time on a regular basis, maybe it's 10 minutes a day, maybe it's 20 minutes a day, whatever it is you can do, wherever you are, start. If you start doing that and commit to doing that every day, and yes, you're human, maybe you'll miss a day here or there, but you get back up on the horse, okay? And you just keep going, all right? You let yourself be human, but you stay committed and consistent with your vision. And as you continue doing that, right, you are also on a smaller way, like kind of in a almost how am I going to say, this is like our smaller doses of attuning your energy and rewiring your subconscious and impressing upon your mind and your subconscious that this is, again, who you are stepping into and becoming. Okay, so those are two kind of ones really like on the spectrum, right? Ones that build big, bold, aligned action of literally physically putting yourself in the room. And then the other one is the example of like doing the inner work, the energy work. Now, here's the last tip that I'm going to leave you with. As you do this stuff, okay? Again, whether you take that big align or bold action, or you do this stuff like on a daily basis and you commit to it, and then maybe you fall off the horse a couple days here or there, or maybe life happens, right? And then the shiz comes up, right? Life is lifing, as they say. And you have moments, maybe throughout your day or week, where you are not feeling the feeling, right? Maybe you're feeling sad or tired. Maybe you're feeling frustrated. Maybe you're feeling depressed. Whenever you are feeling emotions, okay, that feel perhaps heavier or negative, what I want you to do is to remind yourself, number one, that you are human and you're allowed to feel those feelings. And I chatted, I think, in the last video around how to actually, feel safe with those feelings. But what I am really today wanting to focus on is helping you have a shift around unlocking more light by, speaking of, there went the light. That was timely. This happened for a reason. I do have my thing, but we're gonna just leave it be because I need to wrap this up. But anyway, when you allow yourself to witness and observe the perceived negative emotions, and on a case-by-case situation, right, depending on where you're at, and if it's how frequent it is, or if it's something, the level of intensity of the charge, right? You want to either carve out time, or in that moment, if you have time, allow yourself to be with that emotion and either breathe, maybe journal about it, maybe dance and move your body, maybe go for a walk, but in a way that you are not doing a bypass. We are not trying to suppress or avoid or or sweep those feelings under the rug. What we are doing is really taking some time to be with them from a place of compassion and kindness, acceptance, and unconditional love for yourself, because your feelings are showing up for a reason, okay? And again, every situation is going to be different, whether it's something that's coming from a past trauma or something that's coming from a current situation where maybe you're, not expressing yourself or not getting your needs met, or whatever the case may be. There's a reason those things are showing up. And using whatever tool that you like to use where you are honoring the energy. One of the things I love about tapping, for example, which I did for years, and then, kind of stopped for a while, and then I'll use it here and there as I feel called. I actually developed my own process called AccuBreath Alchemy, which combines the breath work with the acupoints. But again, another conversation. Whatever tool or approach you use, the intention needs to be, and in case you're not familiar with tapping or EFT, you're always starting off acknowledging and accepting what is, okay? You're loving what is. And that is the first key piece, because it is in that first step, as you sit with it, as you be with it, as you befriend it, as you bring the light to it, right? Without judging it or making yourself wrong or making those feelings wrong. Now you are doing alchemy. In that first step alone, many times the energy will start to shift or dissipate, or at least lessen the charge. Again, depending on what's going on, you may need to sit with it longer, you may need to go deeper, or maybe you need to go to talk therapy and, get it out or vent or just be heard. Again, you do what's right for you. But the key piece that I want you to hopefully take away is that you are allowing yourself to truly not make yourself wrong for having those feelings that maybe feel heavy or negative, because we need those feelings. Okay. Again, going back to what I shared earlier, the darkness and the light. And in combining them, not only are you integrating all of yourself, right? So now you are, excuse me, whole. You are actually creating, releasing, and unlocking more light. Because it is in the judging and the trying to fix them, or the trying to like, avoid or deny or suppress them, that we are literally getting those energies stuck. And literally, I will let you know, as someone who used to do that for most of her life, like that effort, that takes more work to do that than it does to literally allow yourself to be with those feelings and energies from that, again, place of compassion and acceptance and, again, non-judgment. So I hope this makes sense, because something that I think can get a little tricky when we're talking about like this dark side, this heavier side, is the feeling like so many clients I've either worked with or over the years, women I've talked to, like it's like they don't want to go there, right? Because they're afraid once they open the floodgates, like for example, I had one woman tell me she thought she'd never stop crying. Okay. Actually, more than one woman tell me that. But point being, and again, I have felt that way. And, when we can also shift our judgment or perspective around crying, which is simply releasing, it's like purification. And with this Leo full moon, and, it's all about the heart, right? And the courage. That release is a purification and a cleansing process. So I truly hope, if nothing else, that this video gives you a greater awareness and maybe permission if you need it, though you don't need my permission, but give yourself permission to, again, be with those feelings and allow yourself to literally remember that there is power in the dark side. And there's actually a book that I recently heard about called The Positive Power of Negative Thinking. I can't remember the author, and I haven't read the book, but the title, intuitively, I really got what the title meant right away, and I resonate. So I think that's all I have for you today. One more sip of water, and let me just see if there's anything else I have. The quick recap is, if you want to unlock more light, which is again your power, which is literally like your prana, your chi, your life force energy, okay? Which is how you create health and wealth and manifest all the things. So if you want to unlock more of that, if you want to amp your manifesting mojo, if you're manifesting, things that you're not, things that you don't desire, okay? And your reality is not to your liking or certain aspects of it. This is because your dark side is trying to get your attention. And the work that I do with my dark horse alchemy work helps you to connect with your inner dark horse, as well as my spirit herd, who also comes in to help from the higher realms, to help to integrate all of these things so that you can feel whole, sovereign, and free. And when you do that, when you're loving all those parts of you, right? Now that, because we know so within, so without, right? We talked about this before, right? So now your external reality is going to start reflecting that which you have shifted and created and tended to from within, right? That internal landscape is like, for me, the garden of your soul. And you need to nourish it, and you need to water it and give it sunshine and pull out those weeds from time to time, right? And so um, yeah, that is what I have for you. Again, if you have any questions or you want to connect with me, you will find everything down below in the box. And I wish you a most regal, royal, abundant, courageous, magical full moon. If you're seeing this again, um, in time. And either way, I can't wait to connect with you next time. Ciao for now. And namaste. Oh, and P.S. If you received value, you know what to do. I thank you in advance for your support.